Dan, I want to also, based on my training, I just shift in the debate also, studied a bit on peace building.
Yep.
Know much more living in Sri Lanka, really. Learned nothing in my masters, that was epiphanic. I am really very concerned about this government's capacity and willingness to engage in peace building as a process distinct from war. A very disturbing sign in this regard is the closure of the Secretariat for Coordinating the Peace Process. I would have imagined that this would be the time for its blossoming and certainly continuation. I'm not even going into, and certainly because we've talked into it, your termination from Geneva. These two alone suggest that maybe the government isn't interested. I don't know. But my question to you is, what gives you hope that this government is going to win the peace in as much as the same way it won the war?
Well, you know, I try not to ask too much of people or governments. I'm quite satisfied, and I think history will be quite satisfied if a leadership or leader or government deals with the main challenge that it is confronted with at that time on behalf of the nation. And I think this government has done that. It has achieved a quite remarkable military victory. I say it's remarkable, and this is sometimes not seen by civil society critics. I say it's remarkable because I was rereading...
Dan, you're shifting, man.
Yeah.
You're going back to the war. I don't think the readership
okay.
discounts that. I don't discount it.
Yeah.
My question was on the future of peace.
Well, it's possible that, as you said, this government may not be as successful or maybe quite unsuccessful in building the peace in contrast to its success at winning the war. But two questions come up. One, what's the alternative? I really do not see any electorally viable alternative on the horizon, right? So, like it or not, you're stuck with the government because that's who the people are going to vote for. Two, in that case, one has to find other drivers, but within the government or within the status quo, which can work towards peace building. And I think this is happening. This is going to happen despite the wishes of various players. It's going to happen because you have an electoral process. And an electoral process, however flawed, however distorted, however partial, opens up space for discussion, opens up space for people to express their wishes and their views. A lot of these things come out in the wash. So, it's not just post-war Sri Lanka you have to look towards. You have to look to post-war, post-election Sri Lanka and the political balances that will ensue. And let me ask you a counter question. There's not going to be a change in government. You're not going to have one party replaced by another, still less one leader replaced by another. But if you have a sufficient number of Tamil and Muslim MPs, and they can outweigh in numerical terms the singular hardliners, and they can offer themselves as partners of the main political party, then it's a whole new ballgame. Then it's a whole new ballgame, because then you will have the possibility of peace building and devolution along the lines that we all want.
Dan, the sun's setting here in Geneva and we are coming to the end of the interview, but I don't want to leave without asking you about the company you're with. Sanja, your wife, you've been with her in Geneva. What's it been like, really? I mean, it's been historic, really. The time you've been here, highs and lows. What's the memory, the dominant memory you'll go back home with?
Well, you should ask her. It's been really quite unfair by her, because we've not even been able to get on one of these.
Well, as an
boats.
Independent woman, so you didn't anchor her to the house. I would hope not.
No, but I think she wanted to do the cruise with me. We
yeah,
do that.
Right, yeah.
But now that I've been fired, I'm hoping we'll have time.
So will the romance fire up when you go back to Sri Lanka?
Well, the romance was always there. The abiding memory for me will be the fact that This is a very representative and high quality international arena. We've had here among my contemporaries, we've had deputy foreign ministers from 3 important countries. We had a Japanese former deputy foreign minister. We have a Russian deputy foreign minister. We have a Filipino deputy foreign minister. So we have very high level representation. It's a very intense scene in the Human Rights Council. But apart from that, you have disarmament and you have these security and strategic studies ambassadors,
but
nuclear bean counting. And then you have all the humanitarian organizations, the ICRC and so on. So this is a microcosm of the international community. And here I have managed to earn the respect of my peers. And when it was a decisive battle, and that's what counts, when the chips are down and it's a gunfight at OK Corral, are you up to it? Can you do it? And I proved that I could for the sake of my country. I go back with good memories of good friends, very intelligent, cultured, experienced people as my peers.
Any plans for when you do go back? Apart from, I suppose, catching up on time with your wife.
I go back to the university, which is my substantive post, senior lecturer in politics.
Do you think you'll get more students when you do go back?
I don't know.
Do you think you'll get less students?
Remains to be seen.
Do you think you'll get less faculty who are willing to rub shoulders with you?
Well, that'll be interesting to check out. But the first stop would be the university. I've been told by friends that I should reflect and write a book on the 30-year conflict, including this last stage here.
And you have no desire to, say, go to a university, I don't know, say in the States and reflect and precisely do that?
Well, that would be nice. I just didn't have time to scout around for any such chances because the axe fell so fast.
So the mind is willing, but the body is somewhere else.
Well, the mind is willing.
You're decapitated.
As I said, it was so fast. I barely managed to go to a bookstore and pick up some Zizek and Dennis Johnson and guys like that. But as I said, you should be asking her.
Well, now, when is it you do go back? You go back on the 21st?
I've been told to relinquish my post by the 20th of August.
Yeah.
So the first flight I can get after that, I'm out of here.
Do you know who's coming to replace you?
No.
Do you want to know who's coming to replace you?
No.
Are you concerned about who's coming to replace you?
Not really.
That took too long. That took too long.
Well, I hope it's somebody who can do well by the country.
Yeah.
By Sri Lanka.
Dan, it's been.
Let's say I'm curious, but I'm not
curiosity killed the cat as well. Now you have 8 lives left.
No. When I was underground, I counted that I was up to 11.
You loved it, right?
And that was way back. So
All right, that. Well, it's been great, man. Really.
Thank you, Sanjay.
On behalf of all the Ground Views readership, both who love and hate you, I think we all have a...
Nothing in between. Huh?
Nothing in between. You're a very divisive character. I am in between. I am the one that I am addressed now by your interlocutors when they want to get to you.
Right.
But no, honestly, Dayan, I mean, on behalf of Ground Views, please accept our sincere thanks for your engagement over the years that it has been a site that has tried to maintain some standards in alternative journalism, and largely because of your participation as well. We've had a quality of debate that, and I can say this with some authority, that I don't find in many other sites, even in mainstream media in Sri Lanka. So, I mean, it's not me really, it's you and your engagement that's done that. Great job in Geneva. I don't think even your worst detractor on Ground Views will take away an iota of what you've done, really. Whether we agree, love or hate it, doesn't matter. We have those emotions because of what you've done in Geneva. So thank you, and wish you all the best, and Sandra as well. Wish you all the best and see you back home.
Thank you, Sanjay. Thanks a lot. You're doing a great job with Ground Views. It's new and it's good. Thanks.
Thank you.